Welcome, my name is Tadej, I'm a sound designer from Vienna, Austria. In this video I'll go over the sound design and Wwise implementation for the Speed Booster project by Mix and Jam. First, I went through the basic mechanics like running, jumping, sliding, and implemented Wwise calls in the Unity animator. These Wwise calls were just placeholders which played a short sine wave generated by Wwise tone generator. That way, I could test out the timings and a rough feel for when to fire the events. I did the same for the Speed Booster and its corresponding coroutines. The next step was to make a rough list of sounds and qualities which I like to have in the game. I started a rather messy sound design session, just brainstorming with different source and existing library sounds which I created last year. I used a lot of styrofoam recordings for the abstract sci-fi textures, and built a few devices in Faceplant to help me on my journey. Then I recorded some gameplay footage with OBS, imported it into Reaper and mixed and matched various possibilities and created variations for the sounds. Now let's look into the implementation part in Wwise. Let's use the events to hear what the implementation sounds like, and then I'll dive a bit into the details. I won't go into every detail, so if you have a specific question, feel free to leave a comment. The player foley consists of footsteps, landing, head bob, jump, and slide sounds. Let's look into the footstep switch container first. It contains a random container for the normal footsteps and a sequence container for the footsteps which play when the speed booster is active. The sequence container layers basic footsteps with a juicy layer to accentuate the speed booster energy. The play slide event plays a few sounds simultaneously and loops the scraping sound for the slide. When stopping the slide, it stops the previous loops and plays a footstep sound to indicate that the player is ready to run again. Now let's finally look into the speed booster. The booster has 4 phases: the charge up, the boost, the dash init, and the dash. The charge up consists of different layers where one layer is triggered depending on the charge up time. So if the charge up time is set higher in the game engine, the signaling feedback layer will be played with a delay. This is accomplished by the charge ratio parameter, which changes the initial delay of the sequence container. After the charge up is complete, the player starts boosting. This sound consists of an impact layer, a noise whoosh which is filtered with a parametric EQ and a silent LFO, some abstract mechanical textures, an electricity layer, and a low-mid meta-esque sound. This sound continues playing until the player steers in the other direction or activates the dash ability. The dash ability is initiated by crouching during a speed boost. For this, I chose various randomly executed sounds like these. As well as a store energy layer consisting of a drone and various sizzles which change with the dash cooldown ratio parameter. This signals to the player that the ability to dash will soon cease. Finally, there is the dash. As soon as you activate the dash, the player will float in the air and start dashing in the direction specified by the key held during the floating phase. The dash continues until the player either hits a wall or a slope. If a slope is hit, the player continues boosting with the speed booster as in the previous phase. Let's have one last look at the final result. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.